Alright, what's up everybody? This is Hannibal Sky here again, continuing on from the last video doing the Final Fantasy XIII Starter's Guide for Xbox 360 on NextGenWalkthroughs.com. Now here, we're going to start fighting some soldier type characters. Again, we're in Eden, towards the end of the Eden area. The two characters there, the female, I can't remember what they're called, but female attackers that they run kind of bum rush you and kick you up in the air. They're pretty tough characters when you get to them. I'm leveled up enough that I don't have to use a sentinel when I'm fighting against these guys, but when you first get to them, you're probably going to want to set up to where you have a sentinel, a commander, and a medic. That way one character is drawing their attacks and guarding, one is healing, and one is killing them. Because otherwise, they can really hurt you real quick. If you just try to full out attack them like I'm doing now, using the Army of One attacks. Once you do have Army of One, that's a good sign that you're getting leveled up enough you might be able to handle them. And the Army of One definitely helps because it keeps them off balance and they don't attack you while you're attacking them with that usually. So that's, whenever you see those type characters, at least more than one of those characters, in a battle you're about to have, it's a good idea to go into your menu, go into your paradigm setup, and change it to have something with the Sentinel, a couple of them with the Sentinel. Maybe you have a Sentinel and two medics, then there's also a Sentinel with a commander and a medic, or a Sentinel and a Ravager and a commander or something. Set up a few, but make sure you have the Sentinel to draw their attacks. So here's one where you're going to have three of those guys. Or girls. So I go in here and just in case, because it's been a while since I fought these, in case I have trouble with this, I'm going to set up one of the Sentinel, Medic, and Commander sets. But I don't actually end up needing it when I actually do the battling. Something I'll talk about real quick, just while you're kind of watching me fight another couple sets of these guys. One of the last battles in the game, one of the last boss battles, I won't give away, no spoilers here. I'm not going to say who it is or where or when, but you'll know it when it's insanely hard and this boss does a move where it turns into a gigantic sword and slams the ground and almost kills your entire party every time. When you get to that, you'll know what I'm talking. That's the character I'm talking about. There's a trick to beating that you don't use for any other character, any other enemy in the game, and I wouldn't have been able to beat it if I didn't know about this, or if I didn't look it up, because it's not obvious. And just doing my, everything I've done up to this point to defeat every other enemy in the game, I would spend 15 minutes, 20 minutes of my time and then get killed because I just couldn't kill this thing. So basically what you do is you set up your party, your battle team, with Vanille as your lead, Lightning, and then Sazh. You make Sazh the Synergist, you make Lightning a Medic, and Vanille the Saboteur, and you just sit back and cast Poison over and over again with Vanille, and it'll kill this boss in under 5 minutes. What took me 20 minutes to end up dying against, you can do in under 5 minutes by just having Sazh keep up your haste and defenses and everything, and Lightning keeps up your medic, keeps up your health while you're attacking, and you just cast Poison, and you kill it in no time. Another thing that helps is I think it's called a Hypno Crown. It defends against death. That's a good one to have because that character also casts a death spell that's pretty dangerous. So keep that in mind for the end of the game when you notice you're fighting against the character I'm talking about. That is a really easy way to not get yourself frustrated trying to fight that stupid thing. Now here I'm going up against this giant tractor looking monster machine thing. You run into this one about midway through the game, and you run into it a few times. At first you don't have to fight it. When you get to this point you do have to fight him, and there's kind of a trick to beating this guy as well. You want to set up Feng as a Saboteur. Your other two characters, Vanille and Lightning, you want to set them up as medics. And then you want to have one set up where Feng is a commander, Lightning is a Ravager, and Vanille is a Ravager. basically what you're doing is you're starting off with the Saboteur and double medics. And Fang will throw all of the negative status stuff on the tractor, and after he does 1 or 2 attacks against you, he'll do this steam clean move where he just stops attacking you and starts cleaning all of the negative status effects you threw at him. See, he does it there. As soon as you see that, do a paradigm shift to Relentless Assault, that's the attack one I told you about, and build his attack gauge, or his stagger gauge. You can usually get 2 rounds of attacks in before his status effects completely clear, and as soon as that second set is done, you want to switch back to the Saboteur and double medics. I didn't here because I'm pretty strong in the game, so I probably could have just stood and fought and killed this guy. But just to show you the technique, I'm going to switch back and forth between the two like you would need to when you first start fighting this guy. So you just want to keep, rinse and repeat. You put all the negative status effects on him and heal, and then as soon as he starts cleaning all the negative status effects, you attack him, build up his stagger gauge, and the Saboteur is keeping the stagger gauge up while you're healing, because those attacks kind of raise that as well. He'll usually do the big flame attack once, then he'll stomp his arms down on the ground like that, and then he does the steam clean. That's typically his little routine. When you first get to this guy, being him normally, unless you've done a ton of grinding, you're not going to be able to just stand and fight him like I'm doing right now. So pretty useful technique. There might be other ones, because it always said that the target time for beating this guy was a lot quicker than I did. But this was always the best way that I found to do it, and it got it pretty successfully. So yeah, that's about it. And once you get him staggered, switch to double commanders, because you can keep him juggled up in the air, and he can't do any of his attacks again. Now, when I actually first started fighting this guy, I couldn't kill him in one stagger set, so you might have to stagger him, do your best to attack him, and then go back to doing the medics and the Saboteur again until you build his gauge back up and attack him again. But just keep at it, and you'll get through that guy. He's a tough one when you first get to him. He's one of the toughest guys you faced. Now, once I get back out of this screen, you'll see there's a dude over in front of me. That guy is pretty tough, but you can usually run around to the left of him and get a preemptive attack on him. If you do, just knock him up in the air and kill him before he can recover from stagger. If he does, he creates a blade out of himself, and the blade is like just a second attacker, so it's kind of a pain. But and you see, if I ran a little bit down that hallway and came back out, and all of the soldiers had respawned. If you had attacked the giant blue guy, the tractor would have respawned for you right there too. So that's why this is another reason why this is a good area for grinding, because you can just run down the hallway and come back out, and they've respawned. And you look down here below, and all the white monster guys have respawned too, the sacrifices and all that. So just rinse and repeat, run back down the hallway, sell some stuff, level up, and rinse and repeat. Hope this helps.